Hey guys, Dr. Shook here, and it's another sauna session. In this video, what I want to talk about is the connection between Hashimoto's disease and celiac disease. So Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition against your thyroid gland, and celiac disease is an autoimmune condition against basically the small intestine, okay? So what we want to talk about is this relationship. Did you know that if you have Hashimoto's, you're 5 times more likely to have celiac disease? That's right, and so the reason that we believe this to be true is because we know that if you take, so for example, TPO, thyroid peroxidase, it's an enzyme inside the cells of your thyroid that is the most common target for the immune system in Hashimoto's disease, right? The autoimmune thyroid condition. So your immune system attacks TPO, this enzyme inside the thyroid, okay? If you take TPO and you put it beside of, for example, gluten, okay, then you will see that the TPO and the gluten proteins look very, very similar. So what happens is that when you consume gluten, some people are going to react to gluten just like they would react to their TPO, right? The immune system cannot tell them apart because it's so similar. And this concept is called molecular mimicry. Now, the important thing to know there is that people that have celiac disease are already reacting to gluten. So they're already reacting to gluten very in a very strong and aggressive way. Their immune system is reacting to it, and it's causing this attack against their small intestine. And so what happens is because of the similarity of gluten, we think gluten, the gluten molecule, to the TPO enzyme. Remember, that's the target in Hashimoto's. It's very easy for the immune system to mistakenly attack the TPO, the thyroid peroxidase, the enzyme inside the thyroid, to attack it and attach to it if it's already reacting to gluten, okay, or vice versa, right? So if it's reacting to TPO, maybe it can react to gluten very, very easily because they're similar in molecular structure, so the immune system can't differentiate them, okay? So I wanted you guys to know, if you have Hashimoto's, you very likely have an issue with gluten, and that does not mean that you have to have celiac disease. We know that if you study the work, or you look up the work of Alessio Fasano, he's a pediatric gastroenterologist researcher at Harvard University, and he's doing a tremendous amount of work that's just absolutely amazing on the study of gluten and its impacts on the GI tract. And through a lot of his work and some of other immunologists and other researchers, we have this information. We understand that gluten reactivity is more of a spectrum. People say, well, I don't react to gluten because it doesn't bother me when I eat. I don't have any GI problems. Well, the reality is that the number one symptom that you're going to have if you have a reaction to gluten is going to be neurological, not GI. Right? So most people can be completely asymptomatic, no symptoms when they eat gluten, none at all. But they may have, and they may not attribute, if it's a neurological symptom like a migraine, they may not attribute that to eating the gluten, because they think that anything that they eat, the way it's going to manifest is through a digestive complaint, right? But we know that it's very common to get rashes. If someone has, you can get a rash on the hand. It's a specific type of rash. The name is escaping me right now. If you have a gluten reaction, it's common in celiac, and it's like a rash that will break out on the palms in a lot of cases. And so this is a really, really important relationship. And a lot of people, they don't want to give up gluten. It's in everything. And but the important thing to know is this: if you're reacting to gluten, and if gluten is driving your autoimmune process and it's pushing your autoimmunity, it's going to be, from my perspective and my understanding, it's going to be impossible to significantly improve your autoimmunity if that is a primary driving factor. And so we'll see that a lot of people, if they just remove gluten from their diet, they can have significant improvements with their autoimmunity and their Hashimoto's. So if I was going to tell someone one thing to do, that would be what I would consider. Now, if you're interested in learning more about labs and understanding your thyroid related markers and understanding really what's happening to your thyroid, what I would suggest is that you consider our guidebook called The 9 Tests Required to Understand Your Thyroid. Now, if you're interested in getting access to that book or learning more about it, just post in the comments below that you'd like to the link to our guidebook, and what we'll do is we'll publish a link and you can go check it out and see if you'd like to get it, okay? But I'd make that available to you so that as a resource, that's something I think is very important, be very helpful for you to better understand. We look at 9 thyroid specific labs so you can better understand your physiology from brain to cell, like how the process is made of making your thyroid hormone begins, all the way to manufacturing it in the thyroid, and then to its utilization within the cell and how that can break down. Those markers help you to see that picture much more clearly. So anyway, I'm Dr. Shook. I appreciate you guys coming here to learn more about the relationship between Hashimoto's and celiac disease. I hope this has helped you out a lot. And if you have any questions or you need anything, just let us know. Thanks. Hey guys, Dr. Shook, thank you for viewing our videos. I hope they help you out. If you want to, just subscribe to our channel somewhere here. You can watch a video that YouTube's actually selected for you, so hopefully it'll help you out. If you need any other information or resources, just look in the description. We've got links to our website, to our 9 lab test guidebook, and everything else that we do. I really appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a great